So, in this demonstration, we look at how to use Python for loops for solving different kinds of problems. Okay, so that will be our session. So, when you say for loop, normally a for loop in other languages, okay, will work on some initialization condition followed by updation. But Python for loop is something different. Okay, when it works on a particular sequential type, it iterates on every element of that particular data. For example, if I take a list, okay, so if you want to bring every element of the list, okay, and process it, then we can use for loop for x in, okay, that kind of syntax. Okay, so basically it's like an iterator. Okay, basically it's every it works on iterator, and every object should be iterable. Okay, so it's not kind of for loop where we have initialization condition and updation kind of for loop which we have in C or C++. Okay, that kind of for loop normally we don't use in Python. Okay, we use Python for loop to iterate on a sequential data type. Maybe it's list, tuple, or string, or dictionary or set, whatever it is. Okay, we can iterate on any of these data types using for loop. Okay, so that is what we'll see in our example. So I'll just go here and go to my Jupyter notebook. So first let me create a string, for example, name is equal to, I'll just say welcome, welcome. So this is our name is a string, basically a string object. Now, if I want to iterate on every character of that particular string, then I can use a for loop. I'll just say for x in name. So that's enough. Okay. Then I just say print x, print x. So I can just see that. See, when you say print x, so you'll get the characters getting displayed one by one. Suppose if you want the characters to be printed next to each other, then you can just say end is equal to, just give a space. You can see here. Okay, so this end basically it's a parameter, okay, which says end every character after printing with a space. Space means of course we don't give any space here. In fact, I can give look at this. Now there will be one space between the characters. If you don't want any characters, if you don't want any spaces between the characters, just give end is equal to single quotation, close single quotation. That's it. Sorry, I can see here. Welcome. Now this is called basically name. Basically, it's a string type. Now we iterate on every character of this name using a for loop. So this is how we can use for loop on any of the sequential type. Okay. So you see, for x in name means every character will come and sit in x. Okay, and then we just we take some action on that x. Maybe we convert it into caps or whatever it is. Fine. So this is how you do one thing. You use for loop for processing a string. Then I can use for loop for processing a list. I can just say L1 is equal to, I'll just have, I'll generate a random list, import random, okay. Then I'll just say my ages is equal to, I'll use list comprehension to generate a random age and random dot rand int from 18 to 65 for x in range. Okay, I'll just say 6. Okay, that means what? 0 to 6. 0 to 6 means 0 to 5. Okay, so I'll just make it 0 to range of 5. Okay, so you'll have 5 different ages getting generated. Look at this. Ages. I just print ages. I can just say print ages or ages. That doesn't matter. Look at this. See, 5 different ages are created between 18 to 65. Okay, so random.rand int. Starting range is 18. Ending value is 65. And for x in range. So for x in range means by default it starts with again again we are using range function so that it starts at 0, goes up to 4, so that 5 values will get. Okay, So range you can, if you don't specify any starting value, okay, it will start with 0. So x will be 0, then x will be 1, x will be 2, x will be 3, 4. So when x 0 to 4, okay, it will generate a random integer between 18 and 65 that will get appended into the list called ages. Right? Now we can just iterate on this. Okay, this look at this. These ages using for loop for age in ages print age. Look at this. So we are printing it. Okay. So you see, so for loop can be used for iterating over a sequential type, maybe whether it is a string or list or tuple, it doesn't matter. Fine. So for age in ages, print age. Fine. Now what you can do, we can use this inside. Okay, a list comprehension. I want age, only odd ages to be printed. So can I do it? So I can just do this odd age. Odd age is equal to, I can just say, so only odd ages to be returned as a result into the odd age list actually. So I just say x, okay, mod x mod, okay, 2. I'll just say x mod 2. Okay, if it is equal to 0, if it is equal to 0, odd bit not equal to 0 for x for age in ages, for age in ages. Okay, so so you see, for age in ages, it should be age. If age mod 2 is not equal to 0, okay, so I can do this way. Of course, easy. Control X. I want age. It should be this way. See? I want age for age in ages. So this is how we iterate for age in ages. Okay, if age mod 2 is not equal to 0, okay, that means what? Only odd ages will be, if age mod 2 is not equal to 0 means, if it happens to be true, if it is true, then I want that age. So you can just see odd age 51, 51, 65. Okay, so if you just give, okay, equal to 0, 36 and 64. Okay, so using for loop we can iterate on the list also. Of course, in the same way we can iterate on tuple. Okay, there is no difference, and of course we can iterate on even a dictionary. So for example, student, okay, is equal to, I have student name. Okay, I just say Raman. Then age will be 23, comma. Okay, address will be Trichy. Okay. So I can iterate on this for info. Okay, in thread dot items. Okay, I can just see print info. You can see here, I'll get a two tuple. Okay, where name is the key and Raman is the value, age is the key and 23 is the value, address is the key and Trichy is the value. Okay, so you see, we are able to iterate, or if you simply say stedna for info instead, you should get only key, the name, age, address. Okay, the moment you say items, you will be iterating on the key and value pair. Look at this. Okay, basically it's a two tuple. Okay, so for every key and value, there will be a tuple created and it gets displayed. Okay, so you see, it takes this name and age, name and Roman, and age and 23, and creates a tuple. It creates a tuple. Okay, so using for loop, we can iterate on dictionary this way. Then, of course, on set. So when I say set, so I see my set is equal to, I'll just say range. I'll just say, okay, I'll create a for loop. My age is equal to, I'll just say x for x in range 12 to, okay, 20, 12, 20 or 12, 21. So that, it'll start from 12 up to 20. Okay, so my age, a new list will be created. Look at this. My age. I want set now. So what I'll do, I'll convert this into a set. Can convert this set. And I can just say my set. Look at this. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Fine. So you see what we did was for x in range, we iterate on 12 to 20. Okay, so we take x so that 12 to 20 values are generated. We create a list and that list is converted into a set. A set. Okay, fine. Now what we'll do, this set can be iterated on this for age in my age, print age. Look at this. So we get all the ages. We get all the ages. Okay. So for loop can be used for iterating on any of the sequential data types. Okay, not only sequential data types. Of course, we can iterate on string, tuple, list, dictionary, and also set. Okay, so we can use for loop for any of these purposes, right? So of course, we can create for loop for. I'm going to use for loop for creating a sorry, not dictionary. It's a multiplication table. Okay, let me just demonstrate that. I want a table from say 1 to 5 or 2 to 5 or maybe 1 to 5. It doesn't matter. For uh, x in range. Okay, 1 to 5 means I want 1 to 6. I'll put 6 so that 1 to 5 I'll get. Okay. Now see, this is the table number, but I want the every table to be generated from 1 into 1 is equal to 1. Okay, 1 into 2 is equal to 2. 1 into 3 is equal to 3, like that. Right? So I want up to 10. So see, 1 into 10 is equal to 10. In the same way, 2 into 1 is equal to 2, 2 into 10 is equal to 20, up to that. 3 into 1 is equal to 3, 3 into 10 is equal to 30. So I want that kind of thing. So what can I do? For y in range, so I said no, 1 to 10 I want. So 1 to 11 I'll put. So that I'll get 1 to 10. Okay, 1 to 11 I'll get. Then how do I print? Print. I see x, for example, x is the table number and y is the 1 to 10. 1 into 1, 1 into 10, up to 10. So that y value is nothing but the table starts from 1, goes up to 10. Every table starts at 1, goes up to 10. Okay, that is called y value. I'll just say x comma, I'll say into space comma y comma is equal to comma x star y. That's it. See, what does it mean? The x will be 1 initially, then y ranges from 1 to 10. So x into 1, sorry, 1 into 1, 1 into 2, 1 into 3, like that it goes 1 into 10. Up to 1 in 10 will be 10. Is equal to will be displayed as it is, into will also be displayed as it is. And x into y will be 1 into 1, 1 into 2, 1 into 3, up to 1 into 10. Then when x becomes 2 now, y again starts from 1 to 10. So it will be 2 into 1, 2 into 2, 2 into 3, up to 2 into 10. Fine. So can we see this output? Look at this. But I want after every table number, I want system to wait. I'll give one input here. Look at this indentation because this is the inner for loop, okay, which completes 1 to 10. So once it completes 1 to 10, I want the next table to be generated. So I'll just say enter, press enter for next table. Okay, next table. Look at this. I'll just run it. Look at this. I got first table 1 into 1 up to 1 into 10. Enter for the next table. So I'll just say enter. So look at this. I got 2. 2 into 1 up to 2 into 20, 10, 20. Then just give enter. 3 into 10, 30. Then 4 into 40. 5 into 5, 50. 5 into 10 is 50. Fine. So 5 into 1 up to 5 into 10. Look at this. Fine. Then I just give enter. That's it. Okay. It comes out because it's over. Suppose if you want in a different range of tables, you want, for example, you see 75 to 75 to 80 table, 81. Then you give 81. So that 75th table you'll get. Fine. Let us try it. Look at this. 75 table. Okay. Then I just give 76 table, 77 table, 78 table, 79 table. Okay. And 80 table. Fine. So these are, we use for loop to manipulate any kind of data. Please look at this. What I have done, look, I'll just show you the code. Look at this. This for x in range means, okay, the iterates on this range, 75 to 80 range it iterates. Then y iterates on range 1 to 10. Okay, then we mix it to create an expression and we show the output. Fine. So hope this session was useful. We'll meet in some other session with some other interesting example. Thank you.